Good afternoon. Today I want to help you recognize a narcissist so you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Though they appear confident and charming, they are deeply insecure. When they go silent, it's not calm reflection, it's fear and scheming, plotting their next move. By the end, you'll know how to detect narcissistic behaviors, understand their danger, especially when children are involved, and see why long exposure can lead to cptsd. Insecurity behind the mask. A narcissist's grandiosity hides self-doubt. They fear being seen as ordinary or unworthy. To protect fragile self-esteem, they create an image of superiority, boasting about achievements and relying on admirers. If you praise them, they soak it up. If you criticize them, even mildly, they act as if you've attacked their soul. Their need for attention isn't arrogance, it's desperation. True confidence is calm. A narcissist's boldness is a performance covering inner chaos. The fear of silence. Narcissists hate stillness. Silence disrupts their flow of praise and validation, exposing insecurity. When they withdraw, become unusually quiet, it signals panic, not peace. In that silence, they plan retaliation, gathering information, rehearsing lies, lining up allies to discredit you. If you set a boundary, refuse their insults, they may vanish for days. It is tempting to think they've calmed down, but they're plotting. Don't mistake silence for weakness. See it as a warning sign. How to detect a narcissist. Spotting a narcissist early can spare you turmoil. Key red flags: love bombing. That fades. Initially, they overwhelm you with praise and gifts. This love bombing secures your loyalty. Once they have it, interest evaporates. Rapid mood swings. They switch from adoring you to belittling you for minor slights. Their volatility keeps you seeking approval. Gaslighting. They distort reality, deny facts or events you witnessed. If you confront them, they accuse you of overreacting, making you doubt your memory. Entitlement and boundary crossing. They believe rules don't apply to them, cutting lines, borrowing money without repaying, or sabotaging your relationships. Lack of empathy. They mimic empathy, but rarely feel compassion. They redirect conversations to focus on themselves. If you notice several of these behaviors, trust your instincts. Seek validation from friends or family. The narcissist and their children. When narcissists have children, they view them as status symbols or tools. Their children become pawns. Common tactics: emotional blackmail. They threaten co-parents. Do what I want, or I'll take the kids away. This instills guilt and paralyzes honest communication. Triangulation. They pit siblings against each other. Your sister is better than you. Each child competes for approval, breeding rivalry and confusion. Children as spies. They send kids to relay messages or gauge co-parent boundaries. This places children in adult conflicts, eroding their emotional safety. Exposing children to hostility. They argue or insult the co-parent in front of kids, thinking anger enforces authority. Children feel responsible for peace. Invalidating feelings. Stop being dramatic, or you're too sensitive. They dismiss a child's distress, causing children to distrust their emotions. These tactics damage a child's self-esteem. Children of narcissists often learn love is conditional and self-worth depends on praise, causing wounds lasting into adulthood. Why narcissists are dangerous. Narcissists can be psychologically abusive, exploiting anyone without remorse. They see people as tools to achieve goals, status, money, or admiration. Common patterns: financial exploitation. They borrow money or use your credit, assuming someone will bail them out. Emotional abuse. They gaslight, belittle, and isolate you from others, leading to chronic anxiety and shattered self-worth. Professional sabotage. At work, They take credit for others' ideas, spread rumors to undermine rivals, and hijack promotions. Public image management. If someone threatens exposure, they smear that person's reputation to stay in control. Their charm hides their cruelty until they feel safe enough to dismiss any fallout. By then, the damage to you and others may be widespread. The inner child. Begging for attention. Beneath a narcissist's facade is a wounded child. Early life neglect or unrealistic demands force them to invent a false self to survive. Behind their mask is a terrified child desperate for affirmation. Signs include petty tantrums, small inconveniences, a delayed meal, or a forgotten text trigger explosive reactions. Like a toddler denied a toy, they demand instant gratification. Craving praise. No achievement is too small to announce publicly. They feed on compliments as though starved for attention. Poor reaction to no. They cannot tolerate limits. If you decline a request, they become indignant, as if the world owes them. Recognizing this inner child doesn't excuse them. It explains why they cling to power and admiration at any cost. Their manipulations aim to fill an internal void no one can satisfy. Prolonged exposure and cptsd. Living with a narcissist, whether as a spouse, family member, or co-worker, can shatter your emotional well-being. Chronic abuse leads many survivors to develop complex post-traumatic stress disorder, cptsd, marked by emotional dysregulation, sudden tears, overwhelming anger, or deep guilt triggered by minor incidents. Negative self-perception. After years of being told they are too sensitive or incompetent, survivors may believe they deserve abuse or are inherently flawed. Hypervigilance. They constantly scan for potential criticism, keeping their body tense and on guard. Intrusive memories. Flashbacks of arguments, insults, or betrayals disrupt daily life. Trust issues. Once someone you loved manipulated you thoroughly, trusting others feels impossible. Somatic symptoms. Chronic stress manifests physically, headaches, digestive issues, or weakened immunity. The body becomes a battleground for unprocessed trauma. Acknowledging cptsd is crucial. Therapy, such as CBT, EMDR, or somatic experiencing, can guide survivors in rebuilding their sense of self and regulating emotions. Protecting yourself and others. If you suspect someone is a narcissist, act, set and enforce boundaries, decide what behaviors you won't tolerate, insults, financial demands, and apply consequences when crossed. Limit contact. Use the grey rock method. Respond with neutral, unemotional replies until they lose interest. If needed, go no contact. Document abuse. Save messages, emails, or voicemails. Written records help you trust your reality and can be crucial legally. Lean on trusted support. Narcissists isolate victims. Reconnect with friends and family who believe and support you. Seek professional help. A therapist experienced in narcissistic abuse can validate your experiences, teach coping skills, and guide recovery. Educate children. Teach them about manipulation and empathy. Encourage them to express feelings and reassure them they are not at fault for anyone's bad behavior. Conclusion. Narcissists are deeply insecure individuals hiding behind a mask of superiority. Their silences are signs of panic. They are plotting. They manipulate and exploit spouses, friends, colleagues, and children to preserve their facade. Prolonged exposure often leads to cptsd, eroding trust, self-worth, and emotional stability. Awareness is your defense. By recognizing traits, grandiosity, entitlement, gaslighting, you can protect yourself and set boundaries. Thank you.